Realizing that his mission was no longer a solo journey, but a movement of growing significance, Eliam knew he needed structure. What began as informal gatherings and conversations needed an organized foundation to reach more people and make a larger impact. With the help of Lila, Raphael, and other core supporters, Eliam established an organization dedicated to spiritual transformation. The organization would serve as a hub for those who sought to live according to the principles of harmony that Eliam preached. The focus of the organization was not just on spiritual enlightenment, but on practical ways to implement these ideas into everyday life. Eliam and his team created programs to teach meditation, self-reflection, and mindfulness to people from all walks of life. They offered workshops on living authentically, rejecting materialism, and finding purpose in service to others. The organization also became a platform for social and philosophical discourse, inviting thinkers, activists, and teachers to contribute to the growing body of knowledge around Eliam's ideas. As the organization grew, so did its influence. It wasn't long before chapters began to sprout in other cities and eventually other countries. What started as Eliam's personal transformation had evolved into an international movement with a clear structure and purpose. His vision was becoming a reality, and the organization was the vehicle that would carry it forward. However, with this growth came new challenges. As Eliam's movement expanded, it began to catch the attention of established religious institutions. Eliam's philosophy of individual spiritual awakening, rejecting the traditional structures of organized religion, was seen as a direct threat to their power. Religious leaders began to view Eliam as a heretic, someone who was undermining centuries of doctrine and tradition. Eliam had never set out to challenge religious institutions directly, but as more people began to leave traditional religious practices in favor of his philosophy, conflict became inevitable. Religious leaders criticized him for promoting what they called dangerous individualism, accusing him of leading people away from the true path of faith. They argued that Eliam's message lacked the structure and authority of established religion, and therefore could not offer salvation. Eliam, for his part, respected the value of faith and religious practice, but believed that spirituality was a deeply personal journey. He rejected the idea that one had to follow a prescribed set of rules or belong to an institution to find enlightenment. His message was clear. True spirituality was about inner growth, not adherence to external authority. This stance led to open confrontations with religious leaders, who saw Eliam as a threat to their influence. In public debates and through their platforms, they attempted to discredit him, but Eliam remained steadfast. His message was one of personal freedom, and he refused to be silenced by institutions that sought to control spiritual expression. Despite the growing opposition, Eliam's movement continued to attract followers, many of whom were disillusioned not just with religious institutions, but with society at large. He became a unifying figure for nonconformists, people who had been marginalized or who felt out of place in the existing social order. Whether they had rejected traditional religion, abandoned materialistic pursuits, or simply felt lost in a world driven by competition and consumption, they found solace in Eliam's philosophy. Eliam recognized the power of these dissidents. They were the ones most willing to embrace change, to challenge the status quo, and to build something new. He worked tirelessly to bring these diverse groups together, fostering a sense of unity and common purpose. Under his leadership, former religious outcasts, political radicals, and spiritual seekers all came together around the core principles of inner transformation and societal harmony.